I Joe. I Joe. I Joe. I Joe. Daddy loves you though. I Joe. I Joe. I Joe. I Joe. I Joe. Yeah, yeah. So we was having technical difficulties with the audio, so I'm here to fix the audio and let you guys know that the Repent or Die podcast is back in full effect, and I am here to do what I do best, and that is to continue keeping my foot on you heathens, you Hebrews, and the newly installed Heathenites. Next round of applause for that. Peter Piper pipe pans. God damn, don't you not understand? Yeah, so this is just a test run. Be ready for that ebook, man. We gonna restore order by any means necessary. Sometimes sometimes the best treatment is no treatment. And sometimes the worst treatment is treatment. Now, what I mean by that is to treat a problem, you can't treat the problem with the problem and you can't seek solution from the problem, right? So when you receive a problem, subconsciously you have to do what? Figure out how to solve the problem. But there's times where you go looking for outside resources to aid you in fixing the problem. But then the outside resource, sometimes the outside resource is will create, or should I say, will make the problem 10 times harder to solve. For example, we are living in a society that historically has been proven and has been known for the damage that it has done to black and brown people all across the world, but mainly here, right? And being in these type of environments, being in this situation, you end up picking up on patterns and habits that was passed down to you either from the oppression or the trauma, right? So when can you hear me? Mic check. So when when you get to the space of today's generation where we have been led to believe that we are free of choices, free of free will, freedom to vote, freedom to stand up, stand down, go left, go right, freedom to travel. We are given this ideology, right? But then when things go wrong, based on the decisions that we make, the actions and the stuff that we have done within our lives, we tend to seek solutions from people that cause you to be in that state, right? Now, if somebody was to be selling drugs, let's just say I'm a drug dealer and I'm good at selling drugs, and then I get locked, right? It's easier to say that it's my fault that I chose to be a drug dealer and I chose to sell drugs and I chose to hurt the people and I chose to just take down that road, just walk down that road of just selling drugs. But and before I even get to the but, I go down that road into selling drugs, then I get arrested and then I'm thrown in jail. by a particular group of people who is working with the people that bought the drugs in the community in the first place. So, how can you expect a brother man to be a better man when they have secret hands that's worse than the Taliban doing more destruction to our people than the actual person that's in the forefront doing the deeds of these people? See, we have to reach a point where we say, you know what? I'm not gonna take my frustration out on this black man no more, because this black man is just a product of his environment, right? His environment is poverty. His environment is misery. His environment is suffering. His environment is harsh times. That's his environment, right? Now you're gonna hear the saying, we all got choices. We all got 24 hours in a day. We all got the same opportunities. Now, that sounds good from a broad spectrum of it, right? From just the broad scale, it sounds good. But the harsh reality is we don't have the same. We don't have the same opportunities. Our 24 hours is, yeah, we got 24 hours together, but your 24 hours is paradise. My 24 hours is nightmares. Your 24 hours is a dream. Your 24 hours is a possibility. My 24 hours is misery, destruction, anger. So our 24 hours is very, very different. So when you know that your 24 hours is different, it's hard to say to someone that's from an environment filled with chaos, violence, destruction, to somebody who wakes up and could see palm trees, can wake up and smell beautiful air, eat clean food. We're not even going to talk about the food. But it's a different conversation that it has to be had when it comes to choices that everybody's saying black people have. What happens to that child that didn't have no mother, that didn't have no father? And when he was a little knucklehead in school acting out, displaying a cry for help, and everybody labeled him a troubled soul, saying things like, "Oh, he's gonna be in jail soon," or he needs to be on medication. He perceived to have something. What do you tell that child? Excuse me, let me take that back. What do you expect that child to do as that child gets older? Because you're only a child for a short period of time. And if the problems that a child has from young does not get addressed from when they're young, when they get old, they're not gonna know how to cope and handle situations as being an adult, because nobody even taught them how to handle things being a child. So how do you tell somebody that does not have the same opportunities? There's children being born right now that went 2 days without eating a solid meal. There's children right now that their parents spent the grocery money at the Habibi store to go buy some type of drugs to get high and feel good. Right now. So what do you tell those children? Do you tell those children go to school, get a job, go through the process, go through the struggle? Everybody, it's easier said than done because everybody's struggle is different. I can't give a solution to a struggle that I've never participated in. I don't know the struggle of not having a parent. I don't know how that feels. I don't know the struggle of not being loved. I don't know how that feels. But for those that are in those type of mentalities, our job for those that has it good, that has it okay, because none of us is good. Our job is to do what? Is to minister, cater, and put your hands on their shoulders. And yes, in the beginning, it's gonna be very combative because they don't know what love is, because everybody has displayed hate to him or her. So they don't know what love is. They don't know if you're doing something to take advantage of them. They don't know that. Your job as somebody that has it good, that's in a better circumstances, should continue to show that love. Remember Coach Carter? Remember Equalizer? Right? There's plenty of movies we grew up watching where we was just that knucklehead. The movie Lean on Me. Plenty of movies where we just was, we seen where we was just knuckleheads because we really wasn't getting no love from home. And when we seen love, and it was a different type of love, we didn't know how to embrace that because we wasn't taught how to embrace that type of love. This is what we're dealing with today's generation. These young generation do not know what love is. They're receiving love from a motherly aspect. And I'm speaking for the young men right now. They getting love from the motherly aspect, right? Where the mother's always going to be that comfort. That's mommy's role. But when a man comes along and gives tough love, it's hard for them to comprehend that. They put themselves in a space of defense because they learned that from their mother. Because mommy had to be mommy and daddy. So she had to be strong. So when somebody came to challenge her authority, her position for what she worked for and what she sacrificed for that child, she create mannerisms, and these are the same things that's taught to these children. Like, and even if it's not being taught, they sit back and they watch and they observe. They say, look, mommy did this and she got all of that. This is how I need to be to survive in this world. Not knowing that the reason why mommy got what she got because she a woman and the world caters to women. But the world does not cater to young men, young black men. The only thing that caters to young black men is penitentiary. That's the only thing that caters to young black men is penitentiary. Get this young man out of here. He needs to be in jail. Give him hip hop, drill, kill, pop a pill, go out and steal. Give him that mentality. And when the time is right, he eventually will make his way through these doors. I seen an article. He will make his way through these doors, and he will continue putting money in our pockets the way that we need him. I seen an article. Shout out to the brother who sent me this on TikTok. The brother said verbatim. He said verbatim. The article said verbatim that private prison owners are suing the certain states in America because the jails are not being filled. This is a fact, people. This is a fact. The private prisons are suing states in America because their jails are not being filled. So instead of paying the lawsuit, what they're gonna do? They're going to enhance the violence. They might put more guns in the community. They might make the music more ratchet. They might make laws to go in place to not just affect the children, but affect the parents. So they need the community in a lawless state so everybody can be smashed on like grapes and bring it to a nice facilitized place where they're going to have no faith, have no say, can't cook no steak, and they're going to laugh all in your face and say, we got you. See, these are the reasons why I believe that I have to create an ebook, because I don't think people can see as far as I'm seeing. I don't think people could feel what I'm feeling. I don't think people could really understand and comprehend the things that I'm saying. Now, why? That's left to be determined. Plenty of reasons. Could be the social media, could be the influences from television, the influences from friends, victimized friends, friends that's victims as well. Could be the lack of communication between mother and son, son and daughter. I mean, son and father, mother and daughter. It could it's plenty of reasons, but the number one reason, like I always say on the Repent or Die, the number one reason to why we are in these circumstances is because we lost who we are. And not only did we lose and forgot, we're not even trying to get that back. We don't want that back. Because getting that back means no more Balenciagas, no more Prada, no more Gucci, no more Louis, no more monies, etc., etc. No more of that. It means literally digging, getting a shovel and digging through the dirt to pick up the coffins of our culture. Yes, our culture is in a coffin. It's buried deep down in the ground. And it's gonna take men, women, everybody to get their hands dirty to dig it up, open it up, and reset our lifestyle. But people don't want to get dirty. Our women want to look cute. Our men want to worry about how their hairs twist. This is the times that we are in. And that's the reason why, because we are in this state of mind, is the reason why we're being left behind. Everybody's getting ahead. Everybody's processing. Everybody is building fortunes. And we're not even talking about, individual wealth. We're talking about economical nation wealth, right? You seeing young Jewish people coming into black communities, buying the house from black people, saying, yo, we'll buy this crib for you right now, cash right now. We'll buy this from you, sell it. We'll sell it for 1.5. Break it down, ship you out. You take that money, you go somewhere because you know you're not gonna be able to keep it long because you're financially illiterate. They know that. So they know you're gonna spend, they splurge it. That money gonna come right back into their pockets. You're gonna go buy a Lamborghini, you're gonna buy a purse, you're gonna go on all trips, you're gonna go everywhere around the world, but where you need to be. Right? So all of that is gonna take place. And then after that gets taken place, then what? After that gets taken place, then what? They put up big sky rises, renting those apartments $3, $4, $5, $6,000 every month. The black man can't afford to live there. But here's a European from Wisconsin who just got their master's in engineering, and $6,000 is literally crump change. Come along, wife got a decorating business. Come along, everybody got something going on. And you, black man, because you're so focused on fashion and looking cute and beefing with each other, saying I'm this and you're that, all of these things transpire. While we so focused on that, they're buying all of that. And we getting pushed further to the back. Remember how it was back in slavery? And we're not even gonna say slavery. Let's just say back in the days of Jim Crow. Oh, we getting back to that. Remember, it was a big deal for the black people to be in the back of the bus. And we fought so hard to be able to sit in the middle, and then fought even harder so we could sit in the front. Take that metaphorical aspect and realize that's exactly what they're doing now. See, we was in the front lines. This is our community. We taking care of it. We doing et cetera, et cetera. Then they put you in the middle, right? This is where the inclusion comes. This is where the integration takes place. All of that took place. right? And now they put you into the back of the bus. And now, not only are you getting pushed to the back of the bus, they like, stay here. And if you even say a word, you would get kicked out the bus entirely. And now we as people are so afraid to get kicked off this bus. We willing to compromise. We willing to sell ourselves short. And this is the direction where we at now. They didn't call us Generation X for no reason. The X only means exterminate. X only means exclude. That's what that X means. Exterminate, extinct. Okay? That's what that X was for. You know the saying X marked the spot? Well, the spot has been marked and you're going to remain in the dark until we start to realize that everything that we was taught has been a complete lie. Everything that they told us has been genocidal to us as a whole, as a people. It has been genocidal. We have to let that go. That's the only way we as individuals is going to get ahead. We got to let it go. Men got to be men. Women got to be women. Woman got to stop seeking attention. The only attention a woman should always and only desire is the attention from her king. You should not seek attention outside of the only person designed to give you attention. And that goes for you too, men, because a lot of you guys is filled with estrogen. You thinking I'm lying? Just look at the reproduction cycle. There's more females being born than men. Why? Like I said, we're gonna get into the diet a whole nother time, but this is what's being produced. Too much emotions, too much estrogen, too much bathing body on your skin, too much bathing body in the air, sniffing that like it's crack cocaine. It's too much. And these people know that. These people know that. But we got to get back to our culture. We got to get back to who we are. We got to get back to who we are. You was born in America. That doesn't mean that this is your land. You was born here. You was born in a prison complex. Children is born in prison every day. So are you telling me that child that was born in St. Correctional, the New Jersey Correctionals, that person, that place is his home? Yes or no? Of course it's not. So why are we as colored people saying that this is our home? Why? Because you got a chance to run on their grass, drive their cars up and down their neighborhood. You was able to see things that you never saw. So you saying this is home? This is not your home. This is a dirt field. And like I said all the time on my podcast, there's a reason why it's $7,000 per person to go to Africa. But I can go all the way to Europe for $300. There's a reason why these areas is so expensive. It's because you going back home is you breaking the chains of their authority on the earth. And I'm just going to leave it as that. This was just a test run, but I just felt compelled to, give you guys intel and clear understanding. You must realize what's going on. You must realize who you are. You must claim your identity. Take back your identity. Stop believing the stories that was told by the enemy. It's your brother man from the motherland came to you guys live. Test run end up being something I love to do. And that's talk that talk because that's what brings me fun. And we're going to continue keeping our foot on these heathens, these he-goes, and the newly installed heathenites next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? And guess who's going to holler at y'all later? One.